Rodeo Drive, Beverly Hills. Usually, it's a picture-perfect postcard of Los Angeles, glamorized by the movie, stars dripping with elegance, Versace and Gucci as far as the eye can see. But today, all my eyes can see are boards. I'm standing here in a graveyard, not in the traditional sense of an actual graveyard, but in the remnants of the Magic Kingdom. Disneyland, one of the world's biggest tourist attractions, has had its gates closed for close to 8 months now, an historic first for the theme park. Going to the doctor's office can teach you an awful lot about your own personal health, yet one healthcare company is taking that one step further by educating their patients on voter participation rights. Newport Beach, a popular hangout for locals and tourists alike. But for Vanessa Yeager, this parking lot behind us holds a special place in her heart. The viral strain of COVID, SARS-CoV-2, that originated in China is now in my body. And let me tell you, it has not been fun at all. Now I'm going to take you guys through today on what it's been like to live with coronavirus. Newport Beach, a popular hangout for locals and tourists alike. But for Vanessa Yeager, this parking lot behind us holds a special place in her heart. Vanessa Yeager has always known what she's wanted to do since she was little. While other girls were dreaming of being a lawyer or a doctor, Vanessa just wanted to do one thing: catch some epic waves.
I think as a young girl, I just remember seeing it on TV, like Gidget, different like Hollywood films, and like everybody just looked like they were having so much fun, like surfing Malibu. And I immediately knew like I wanted to be like the brown version of Gidget.
Finding her calling, she moved from East Los Angeles to Newport Beach to join the surfing community and flow with nature, and she hasn't looked back since. I'm standing here not at any breaking news story. I'm not in a street corner. I'm not at a political rally. I am seemingly nowhere of consequence. I am here in my room. What's going on in this room, you might ask? Why the big news story in your room? Well, because last week I tested positive for the coronavirus. Yes, the viral strain of COVID, SARS-CoV-2, that originated in China is now in my body. And let me tell you, it has not been fun at all. For the last week, more than a week actually, this room has been my entire world. Now I'm going to take you guys through today on what it's been like to live with coronavirus. Now my symptoms came on fast and hard, with a fever reaching 104 degrees, chills, body aches, basically every symptom there is, including loss of sense of taste and smell. However, once I started feeling better, I started restructuring my time during quarantine to be more productive and have busy days even when I was stuck in one room. Now the first thing I like to do when I wake up is I like to start my day by going to the bathroom and getting ready. Let's go. I start my day by brushing my teeth to make sure my mouth is fresh and clean. I also like to read books to some old friends of mine from childhood because I don't really have anybody else to talk to. Got it. I've actually started a little book club with my friends Strawberry Bear and Buster, and they're really the only people I can talk to. Today we're reading The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Hey, what do you guys think of the book? You guys are too funny. Okay, now we gotta get back to reading, so excuse us. Now sometimes I like to play with my dog through the crack in my door. Augie, you want the treat? Do you want the treat, dude? Augie, yeah, come here. There you go. Such a good boy. Kent is such an unwavering Trump supporter, he can't imagine a scenario where he doesn't win.
If he doesn't get another 4 years, he's in big trouble. And I think we're all in trouble.
So it might be even harder to imagine that one of Kent's closest friends is a die-hard liberal. The person on the phone with Kent is this guy, George Holt, a security consultant in Riverside who sells weapons for a living now. But about 25 years ago, he worked alongside Kent for the Los Angeles Police Department.
At some point, we ended up in the same car together. And we just kind of clicked, man, and the bond was 30 years old at this point.
George was once a conservative like Kent, but had what he calls a sudden epiphany that transformed his political views.
While I had done well as a black man, born in 1965, growing up in America, everybody didn't have the same advantages that I had, because I did have some advantages. George
and Kent have managed to bridge the political divide, because they say that despite being on opposite sides of the aisle, it's important to remember that the country comes first.
The bond wasn't forged in politics, it was forged in the streets. And the trust came from the streets. So certainly conservative. He's my favorite conservative, one of my favorite conservatives.
Regardless of who anyone votes for, it pays to look for the common ground. For Annenberg Media, I'm Trevor Kefauver.